Okay, well, I wanted to at least just cut this intro here quick because Mr. Wagner had to run, and I am just going to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. First and foremost, HHA USA. Super excited. We've got a couple people in the works for the upcoming event. I believe it was July. I don't have the date in front of me here, and I won't be able to pull it up fast enough, but the good news is that there's still two events. So I missed and Wags missed the Matthews event last weekend. I was in Nashville. Wags was traveling. But we have two events that are still up and coming for the back half of their 2026 season for their shoots. The next one is in Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids area, and that is where HHA is based. HHA Sports is hosting the next one. And then the final one is in Green Bay, and both of those are going to be great events. So if you are a first responder, if you are a law enforcement individual, if you are a veteran, I would love to bring you with these events. It's such a cool event and a cool way for you to be able to make some bonds with other fellow law enforcement officers, first responders, and veterans that have gone through a lot of the similar things that you have gone through in your day-to-day jobs. And then also to be able to use archery as an outlet for therapy and to be able to cope with some of the stress of your positions and some of the things that you've gone through in your service. HHAUSA.org for the schedule. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you use social media. But those guys, Chris Ham and his team, have just done such an incredible job of getting everything kind of put together for these events. So Mission 42, I believe it will be the HHA USA one. Mission 43 will be the Green Bay one. And then also Charisma Customs, they are right here in Delafield, kind of right in our backyard. Those guys have just done such a great job with, all of the vehicles that have been coming through there. But, if you need to surprise and delight your significant other, maybe their vehicle is filthy and you want to get a detail. Maybe their car is always so hot in summer and you could help prevent some of that heat and some of the UV damage that happens from the summer sunshine by getting the windows tinted. They got kind of everything that you need. And also, if your stereo sounds flat, take it back to high school and play some songs that you will be transported right back to 2001 and riding around with your friends and just playing some good tunes. So ditch the crummy factory sound system, get an upgrade. Or maybe you're playing music too loud on the boat and you need to get those speakers replaced. Those guys will take care of everything for you. CharismaCustoms.com. Tell them that you know me and Mr. Wagner and that you listen to the show. And I know for a fact that they will take care of you. So I guess that's it. We'll jump into the show from here, and looking forward to another one. We missed last week just because of our schedules, but we're back in action. And it's a good one. Talk about hot summer hunting temperatures, and then also some doe and fawn occurrences that we've been seeing lately, whether in person or Wags even had one trying to play on the baseball team at the Dockhound Stadium. So here we go. I don't even know what episode we're on, but I know we're approaching 250 for America's 250th. Appreciate you following along. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and here's our show.
In Wisconsin, the stories start before sunrise. They start in a deer stand, in a duck blind, on the front deck of a bass boat. Welcome to the Flippin' Sticks and Throwin' Lead podcast. With your hosts, Eric Tasker and former Major League pitcher Paul Wagner, this is everything outdoors. Hunting, fishing, conservation. The wins, the misses, and the memories that stick with you for a lifetime. Out here, you earn your stories. And we're here to tell them.
We'll see. I'm not entirely sure where this thinks that it's going live to, but I've just decided I'm wearing black shirts when we do it down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
place to keep it.
So I don't look as fat as I normally did, because last time I just kept readjusting my shirt.
Yeah, well, I need a black one too now.
I need to put a black shirt on you. Okay, well, here we are. I did hit record, so I think we should be good to go here. All right, Eric Tasker, Paul Wagner, flipping sticks and throwing lead. We haven't been doing a whole lot lately with the show because you've been traveling, I've been traveling, but it's nice. So we're going to just try and knock out, we got about 30 minutes here to kind of talk through everything that's been going on. What have we been doing? What's next on the agenda? And here we are, Mr. Wagner. What's been going on?
We're here. So I've had baseball. You've had Nashville. We've had a lot of things going on, but I actually went out this morning and I was cutting some trails.
Okay.
And though I didn't see any bucks, but I have seen bucks in velvet, and we've seen them on camera. I did see a family of turkeys. So we have no reason. And there must have been about, I'm guesstimating, a dozen.
Yeah.
And remember when we read that, and that one time it said, well, the average brood or whatever word they used is 10, and if 3 or 4 survive, well, these 12 are moving around pretty quickly. So maybe they beat the odds.
Yeah.
But yeah, so trees have come down, but it's starting to fade up. I got to cut the food plot.
Yeah.
I tried to go out there a little bit. Just things has just grown up so much since turkey season, which just seems like it was yesterday.
I know. And as we kept saying, as we were in Nashville, we were there from Thursday to Monday. It was the longest 400 days of last week that we could have ever experienced, because it was just like so much stuff going on.
Yeah,
so it's very similar to what you're saying, is that it's like, where's the time gone? It feels like that was months ago that we were out there chasing turkeys, and then all of a sudden the season ends. You know, we stop paying attention to the cameras as much because it's less important. But all of a sudden, here we are. We're in the middle of June. And it's like, where is the time gone?
Like, yes, I mean, and I'm not to bring it up, but like, I'm going out there, and the blind we put up on the north side was like just sticking out like a sore thumb, and I'm like, gosh, this isn't good.
Yeah.
Now you can't even see it.
Oh my god,
it's amazing! It's
so
amazing
funny.
how fast it grows up. But again, yeah. So we're seeing some animals on camera.
Yep.
I'm seeing little turkeys. I think we're in for a good year, and I'm going to go with what we kind of thought about with the removal of some of those does.
Sure.
So hopefully we see, more bucks, more deer on that cameras as we move forward through the summer and the production of horns and their growth.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, I think we both kind of had the same revelation at the same time, or the same realization at the same time, same day of, oh my God, did you see the camera? There's like a buck that's already basically at the ears. And we're like, oh, okay, well, this is nice, like, to see. Cause I mean, I don't know, refresh my memory. You've never run cameras throughout the summer. So it's like nice just to, like, even if we're not paying attention to them, we can log into the Moultrie app whenever we want and just kind of see, okay, what's going on? Okay, there's turkey still. Okay, there's a fawn running around.
Yep.
Whatever it might be. But nice just to have that, because now we don't have to worry about it. We can just kind of poke around whenever we've got a few spare minutes.
Right. Because I've never done that. So we've never known, oh, this is a target buck end of summer, or that,
what do you compare it to?
Exactly. We put it out there. I always put them out there a little bit earlier, before that September 15th. Let's just use that. So maybe the end of August, when we till up the dirt and get the food plots going, because then I like to see animals go through that fresh tilled dirt.
Right.
So that's a late camera action.
Yeah.
Now we can maybe see it. And so I had my neighbor come through with the rake, did all the trails.
Yep.
All the trails are raked up and looks nice, moved all the debris, all the fallen branches.
Yeah.
And he said he saw 2 of them standing next to each other right by, coming up through the woods, or going into the woods by the blue chair. So they were west. They were coming out of maybe that north plot, and he saw them both looking. He said they were thick.
Yeah.
He said, so by the base, and I don't know how that works, but by the base, he said they're thick. Doesn't look like, I mean, it's not like a 10-pointer yet.
Right.
But he assumed that those 2 looking at him were almost to the ears, but he said it was really thick coming out of their head. So if 2 coming out of the head means thickness means points, I don't know how that relates.
Yeah.
But that would be something pretty special then.
It'll be cool just to see, though, now that we will run cameras throughout the summer and into that early part of fall, so that we've got some overlap. And of course, the one camera that's dead right now, the blue chair camera, because that's just seems to be the intersection where they're all kind of going through. So it is what it is. I mean, obviously there's other ones that are out there that we're tracking some of those, but so we've like had just these catch up sessions. So I figured maybe I should do some show prep. Okay. So it was very fitting. And I found this article on the Meat Eater website that talked about why it is actually smarter to hunt whitetails in warm weather. So thinking about last year, early season, I'm sitting out there, it's 88 degrees. It's like the warmest day of September. But here, I'm an idiot. I'm just trying to shoot a deer and I'm still sitting out there. So are we too hung up on cold fronts?
And I would say yes. So I think we do that. I think, and I don't know if we necessarily do it for the animal,
right,
or we do it for ourselves. We don't like to sit in 80-degree weather.
Nobody
with
likes to.
No, but when that little cold front comes in, it's nice. It keeps you awake, and
the bugs,
because
having just all the insects and everything.
That's
with all the like the flowering plants and just all of the I guess agriculture that you have out there is great for like the bee population and all of that stuff. But there's also the ticks, the mosquitoes, all of that stuff. And you got to have scent free, whether that's permethrin or something else, deer hunting, because they'll win that.
Exactly.
So a couple key takeaways from this, and I kind of like tried to summarize this with our friend ChatGPT. The reality of it is that deer are still going to be moving in warm weather. I mean, we see deer all summer long.
Right.
So it's not like all of a sudden they know that the season is open, they're done moving.
Right.
That's not the case. I mean, we know that they kind of change things a little bit and maybe they're like working through some cooler areas, but they still got to find water. So making water your priority to sit over on those warmer days.
Well, I remember we were talking to, I don't know if it was Jared, I don't know who it was we were talking to, but remember when that first frost comes, remember the food that's produced naturally, not necessarily food plots. I'm not saying like turnips or, beets or anything like that, but natural food, natural brush, whatever that's called, where they, scourge around and stuff like that. When that first frost comes, some of them sweeten up, some of them do this. So, you know what? Maybe it isn't necessarily, they're still moving around, but we like that cold for us, but for the cold, it changes their patterns because different foods and fruits and nuts and stuff like that fall.
Oh, hi. We're going to have a visitor here during the show today. She's so nervous.
Good girl. Just don't jump on me.
So it just says, warmer temperatures don't stop deer from moving, especially during key periods like the rut. Now, it's very uncommon for us to get one of those major warm spells. Late October, early part of November. It's not uncommon, but it's less of that. But they really start to prioritize their thermal relief is what they call it.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to be focusing on those areas that maybe there's more cover, so bigger foliage areas that is just like a natural AC for the woods.
Right.
Creek bottoms, food plains, it says, areas with closed canopies and shaded, breezy understories. So I don't really think that any of that's a surprise. It's just a matter of just changing your mindset a little bit. And instead of maybe sitting a food edge, you're sitting under the canopy.
Right. Or like for us, go into the woods
right
on a warm day rather than, because, and it makes sense because we've seen that on our cameras. On the hotter days, they don't come out to the plot. They in that little staging area, they'll stay in that woods until the sun goes down or till the breeze comes or it cools down. So again, it's like you said, it's things that we've known, but just put into perspective.
The next point that they make, water becomes the most important thing that they're looking for over food, over breeding, over anything else, because if they're running and they're chasing and they're moving in, say it is 80-degree weather, you got to think, we just went through, as we saw some of those really mangy looking deer.
Yeah.
They went to their summer coat. And then now by that point, by the time that we start to hunt them, they start to change over to that thicker winter coat. So if we get some of those 60, 70, 80, especially degree days, they're going to just be so thirsty, and they're going to just be scrambling for water. And if they figure out where that is, making it a habit to bring them back into those same spots.
So that makes sense. So maybe we take those landscaping ponds and we put them out sooner than later. We find the spot, find out where we want to put them, get them out there, fill them up, and then create a routine. Whereas somebody we had talked to said they didn't like doing that but again, their property had a full spring or a pond on it. We don't have that. So maybe we go out there and sometime maybe in July or end of this month, and we put them out there and fill them up and start it.
Yeah, let's look at the forecast and go with a cool day. How about that? The next point, warm weather can reduce hunting pressure, because as you said, most people don't want to be sitting out there when it's 80 degrees and they've got, you have to have pants on,
right?
You got long sleeves on, just at least to protect you and to cover your skin. A, from the sun, B, from insects, and then thirdly from the sun. So there's fewer hunters in the woods. The deer are less pressured because there's less people out there. There's more solitude for the animals, and then in turn of that, increased opportunity. The last point that they make is that human activity can work in your favor. So if you think about it and say, like, this week is a perfect example. It's stormed and it's been shit for 4 of the last 5 days.
Right.
I know that I've been thinking about it for 3 days since we got back. When can I go cut the grass? So if you have neighboring properties that people are out there, maybe they're cleaning up from storm damage, maybe they're cutting the grass, maybe they're leaf blowing, maybe they're doing any of those things. Not only is it the noise that will move the deer around, but it can also be the scent. It could be the gasoline. It could be whatever scent that's in the air that starts to get those deer up and move them. You may find yourself in an opportunity that you normally wouldn't have if those people weren't out there.
That's funny you say that about scent. You remember this story? Remember a couple years ago when I told you that, I don't know what I had. I brought gloves out, or I had a sweatshirt. I took the sweatshirt off.
Yeah.
And I took the sweatshirt off. It was hot.
Okay.
Took the sweatshirt off and I kind of forgot about it. And I put it under my pad to sit on it because I was in the tree. I had the bow, not the crossbow. And I forgot about it.
Okay.
And it was underneath, and it slipped under the pad because the pad underneath my tree stands has like a Velcro, goes through
Oh,
that,
sure.
goes through there. So the pad is Velcroed on there, but my sweatshirt wasn't.
Okay.
And it fell.
Okay.
And it smelled. It was, I don't know what it smelled. I mean, I'm sure I sprayed it and stuff like that, but it was still me.
Yeah.
And it never affected. Did I do that early enough where they just were like, okay.
So you're going to put a stinky sweatshirt out there again this year?
Early. And then that way I can just walk out there and they'll be like, oh, this is that stinky guy who forgets to cut the grass all the time. And I forget it, and they'll walk right underneath me and I go, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But it didn't, they got used to it. So I'm assuming, as you said, that in areas, rural areas, wherever you are outside, they get accustomed to that. They get accustomed to the noise we've talked about. They get accustomed to the smell of gas, the smell of diesel.
Yeah.
They are the leaf blower noise, weed whackers. They're familiar with it. So it's not as startling as it is. So it makes sense.
Maybe when they go 2 months without it, and then all of a sudden it's November and
what is it?
You're like, do I need to cut the grass? Well, I guess I should cut the grass, you know? And I realize that that's like a crazy late time to be cutting the grass, but you know, whatever that might be, leaf blowing or trimming or doing whatever out there might be a little more jarring than what it normally would be in these June, July, August months.
And like if we ride if you ride the 4-wheeler on the trails, or you cut the grass or you cut those trails that we throw clover on, if the machine keeps moving, because I do it all year or whenever we're home and not on the road, they'll just stare at you. But once you, like we've said, once you get off the machines, turn it off, then they run. But
Yeah.
like you can almost drive 15 feet from them. They'll just look right at you. You're driving on the thing. I'm cutting grass. I'm like, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Like,
Isn't that crazy though? They just know that,
Yeah.
not a concern if they're moving, even if they're driving towards you. But as soon as they stop, something's not right here.
Right.
So
I'm gonna have the girls driving, and I'm gonna be on the back, and I'll just roll off because they do follow the vehicle,
Sure.
whether it's a 4-wheeler, the UTV, or the tractor. They'll follow it, and I can roll off, and they'll be like watching the tractor, and they go, "Oh, what was that?"
right in the side. So I do think that's really interesting because so many people will wait until the time frame is right, or so many people will wait until we're under 50 degrees for a little while,
right.
Thinking that that's going to help get them up and move. And sure, it does, because as the testosterone builds in the bucks, they become less and less nocturnal, and so they're more and more active during the daytime. They're more on the hoof throughout the day, putting more of those miles on, just chasing, because that's just in their genes. Like, they know that it's go time.
Right.
So they are more active, but there's no reason that you can't just change your approach slightly and still be able to kill a buck early season.
I would agree. They eat what do they say? They eat 5-6 times a day. They eat X amount of poundage. They're going to eat just because if it's hot out, I still eat.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it'd be different if it's 90 degrees. Oh yes, sweet. I'm gonna lose weight.
Yeah.
No,
I don't have to eat today. I'm just gonna sweat it out and pass out.
I still eat and drink.
Yeah. I think I thought that was interesting just to see that now, because, we're really kind of removed from deer season right now, but for them to post an article about it, so timely, because we are in this like hot stretch right now. And just yesterday, when you leave my place, you'll drive past the farm fields over there. There might be deer out there right now, because I've been seeing a lot of daytime deer now. And, I'm sure it's just because they're up and the moms are with their fawns.
Yeah.
And there's no way that they can go and avoid the heat all day long. They just can't. So they try and manage it and manage their effort, all that stuff. So
you just brought up the fawn thing, so I know we're going to go off on a little tangent.
Yeah.
Just got we were just up at the stadium. Fawn got stuck in the visitors' bullpen.
Really?
Yeah. So we brought a towel over there. Tom, my boss, my owner, Tom brought a towel over there to try to grab it. Wanted to eliminate as much human scent as possible this morning. And got the fawn picked up. It has a little bit of an eye. Called the DNR. The DNR calls, answers the phone.
Yeah.
It's a woman, and I don't know her name or anything like that, but the DNR office in the area says, just, let it go. We don't really usually send people out there for fawns and stuff. He goes, I'm at a business. We have a baseball game coming up. I'm going to have probably 2,300 people, and I got guys coming here. She goes, well, maybe we'll get somebody out there by 5:00. I'm like, well, that don't work. So we picked them up, took them. There's a retention pond in the back of the field, back in left field, before 94, the expressway, and then there's some wild area back there, not knowing where the doe, because the mom is nowhere to be found.
Right.
Put it there, and then a DNR official actually showed up, knocked on the door right away, and we said, hey, you said you weren't coming till 5. He goes, I don't know why they said that. Where is it? We told him what we did. He goes, that's exactly what I would have done. He went out and took a look at it, and I don't know. But I was messed up, and we couldn't find the mom. So I was wondering if the does birth let's just say a altered, bad eyes, bad limp, do they kick them out of their bed basically and say, you know what, I have to take care of this one because you're not right. You probably won't survive. So I'm going to let you go right now. Yeah. And then I'm going to take care of this one. Or do they love no matter what? And I don't know, because this one is by itself. And I said, what is it doing in the ballpark? Yeah. Nothing around until we take it 500 yards over there. So that's
still a hike.
Yeah. Yeah.
because now there's like that warehouse building and like that cold storage facility.
Yeah.
And all that stuff is all built up over there.
Yeah.
It'd be different if there was farm fields, but then it's the town of Summit. Like
there's no way. Yeah.
Like all that. I mean, that's
this poor little buddy got kicked out. He had to have been
quite a ways. I mean, that's 3/4 of a mile at minimum to get to the next farm field. Yeah. It's interesting you say that. We talked about nature is metal like 3 weeks ago when that crane was just going to town on that
robin
on that bird. And so I for a while there I had to hide them from my feed because like some of them it's like you can't watch it, like a deer was getting taken down in the middle of a golf course by a coyote or something.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
All right, I probably didn't need to see this, but like some of the other ones are actually just genuinely interesting. Well, they had just posted one the other day, which reminded me that I needed to hide them from my feed again after tagging them in that, because it was a trail camera video of a mom with 2 fawns, and she must have sensed that something was wrong with one of the fawns and like stomped it and actually killed it.
Oh.
And I'm like, it's just so hard to watch some of that.
I did
and like
see that.
I get it that like we also take a deer's life, but it's like, oh my God, I understand it. It doesn't make me want to watch it though.
I did see that. And then the recap was after you saw that action take place, yes, they went back there and the fawn was deceased. It was killed. So the mom
they must have some sort of instinct about them that if there's something that is like seriously wrong with the fawn, then they'll probably do something. Which I mean, that's just nature. And they know enough that I mean, they're so protective of their young. They wouldn't do that unless they thought something was seriously wrong and that they just didn't have, much hope for them to survive. So, okay, how are we doing on time? Oh, we still got 10 minutes. So I did want to bring that up. I did want to bring that article up because I just thought that was so interesting, just purely for the sense of like timing right now, because we're like 4 months out from deer season. And I realize that's still a long way away. And we have so many things happening throughout the summer between you and the baseball schedule and, me just with like everything happening in life. And, but I mean, it's exciting I'm not there yet, so don't get me wrong, but we're going to get out. We'll be able to enjoy some like fishing and doing some of that stuff. And, so you got all of your fishing stuff redone.
I got it all done. Yep.
All your rods and reels.
Yep.
So when's the first date on the water?
I don't know yet, but the guys have been out. The guys have been out. So and I think I kind of touched on this a little bit. It's kind of crazy how in the older days, it was more, I would say maybe, let's just say you had 15 pitchers.
Yeah.
15 pitchers on my team. I'd have maybe 5 or 6 of them or 7 of them with golf clubs and maybe 2 with their fishing gear.
Right.
Now we have more fishing gear. I have more guys that are just jumping ponds and going around. They talk to the clubby. They don't actually ask the clubby or the guy at the stadium, hey, you got a connection at a golf course. Can you get us on? Can we get a foursome on if we go early in the morning, 6 o'clock or 6:30? Can we be the first one off? Do you have league play? Now they're asking, hey, do you know any little ponds that we can jump, any little farm ponds, and just throw a couple top waters and try to catch that 5-pound bass?
Yeah.
They all do it now.
That's so great.
It is so, and they have their tackle boxes obviously are compact. They have a couple little lures. They have a little bit of top waters, but they play and they have fun. And I go, bring it back. No, they just go out there, catch them, throw them back, and that's what they're doing.
Well, and now you can go to a Cabela's or a Walmart or whatever fishing store, and you can buy the telescopic rods too. So it packs down small, and then you can like disassemble the.
Oh no, they got the tubes. They got the tubes.
Okay,
so they got these big tubes on there. Yeah. And you look at them like, well, what is that? You can't. I joke. I go, that ain't a baseball bat,
right?
Go, no, and then they open it up, and so they do it the telescopic.
So that is
You're right, but they have the 2-piecers. They'll put them together, and hell, they know they'll put together, they'll rig something up so fast from scratch. It's unbelievable.
And then they can, have their 10 favorite baits or whatever. And they'll just bring that with them, their tackle box and
they walk
pliers and
that's what they go.
Away you go.
Yeah.
That is great though.
And they'll buy a 3-day pass. Like we were in, I'm not sure. I think we were in Minnesota. No, we were in Kansas City. And Kansas City, there's there's two sides. So I think they went over to the Missouri, whichever side was cheaper. I think they bought either a 1-day or a 3-day fishing pass. And they went over there and they fished. So yeah, it's crazy.
Nice.
It's crazy.
That's so great though. And it's nice because I remember when we did our Lake Erie trip a couple times that, you're not going to just buy like a non-resident annual fishing license, but they do a 1-day and a 3-day and a lot of other states. I don't even know if Wisconsin does that. I would assume that they do something.
I would say
just for, the people who are out of state that want to be able to come in and fish, or they come camping at one of our 150
for the weekend
state park campgrounds, whatever.
You don't stay the whole year.
Yeah, and if you're doing an extended time, I mean, you could buy like 2-3 day license, whatever. So, and I know our buddy Rez has been asking me, he's like, oh, we got to get out. And then he just like switched jobs and all that. So I don't know when we'll end up getting out, but he's been telling me for 2 years now, we got to get you guys out on the boat. We got to get you guys out on the boat. And I'm like, I mean, I'm fine with shore fishing, but I mean, if somebody's got a boat, I'll go out on the boat.
I'll go on the boat.
I'll go out on the boat. Why not? Right?
Yeah. Because we have my schedule is simple. A home game, we go out in the morning and just drop me off, and then I'll go back. You guys can go back out and fish, and we're gonna have a good time and do some stuff. Yeah, it'd be good.
So why don't we've got a handful of minutes here left. So the team is doing well. You got a homestand this weekend.
Yes. Home for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep.
A day off Monday, actually, at home here, which is nice.
Okay.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at home. Minnesota, Minneapolis, they come into town for the week. Fargo, they're out of Fargo.
Okay.
And then we head to Chicago the following weekend, so back on the road. But it was a crazy start to the season. Let's just say we're doing well. Let's say we got 24, 25 games into the season.
Yeah.
And we've only had maybe 6 home games.
Wow.
Been on the road.
Man. Well, yeah, because you were gone for 2 straight weeks on that really long road stretch.
And it was like 15 games in 16 days or something like that. So there was no time. It was just crazy. But yeah, they're doing all right. We're playing good baseball. We're in first place, knock on wood right now, and take that into the playoffs.
You might get your contract renewed.
Might get renewed.
Might be able to stick around through the end of the season.
Unless we win the championship, then I can sail off into the sunset.
And then you'll sail off into the sunset. Yeah. So for anybody that wants to check out a game, it's just dockhounds.com. And there's always something going on. I was kind of hoping I had said something to you about coming on Sunday, and I was like, oh, well, it's a Sunday game. There hasn't been many home games yet. I'm hoping that it's Paul Wagner bobblehead giveaway. That is not Sunday.
that is not Sunday. There's no bobbleheads, but you got to do the Wings with Wags. We have a Wings with Wags program on Wednesday nights, every Wednesday home games. So check into that. I know there's a couple left on that, but I'll get you tickets. And then if you don't got a big party and you want to come out and it's a random day and you're watching the show, just shoot out to us, and
one of
if
us,
I can do it, we'll set you up. I got tickets easily. Get you into the ballpark, a couple of you. But if you don't come in with like a 15-pack, but if it's you and somebody else you want to come, just let me know. If I can do it, I'll do it.
Yeah. And then the final thing that I'll mention here is, so I had posted something the other day about. Okay, I guess Hatters, you're coming up here.
Yep.
Come on.
All right.
Okay. I had just posted something about I want to use this as like a networking opportunity. Anybody that, if you're trying to meet somebody in the archery industry, or if you're trying to meet an outfitter or whatever, a guy reached out to us. His name is Jay Moore, and he says, I hope all is well. I love what you're doing with archery and hunting in general. I'm pretty sure I've heard every show you Wags, Red Hot, and even Ritter back in the day have
Really?
ever done.
Really?
Would love to help be a part of your network in any way. I'm a professional hunting guide of over 20 years, currently guiding for Bull Basin guides and outfitters in Kremlin, Colorado. And I'm also a professional hunting consultant for Rolling Bones Outfitters in Spearfish, South Dakota.
Oh, nice.
I'm a diehard local avid hunter being born and raised in Delafield. Our farm is about 2 miles away from Buck Rub. If I can ever be of service, I'd love to spread the good word. Shoot me a call whenever you want, or here's my email. How about that? So shout out to Jay. I think it's Jay Moore. His username is J Deer Elk.
J Deer Elk.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Jay, thanks for being a listener. We really appreciate it, man. And I'm thinking that, after the last time that we had an outfitter on the show did really well. We got a lot of traction, a lot of views, and a lot of those things. I think it's interesting just to kind of have that other perspective, because so many people go into it with the hopes and the dreams of being able to, harvest this big animal. But there's also a little bit of a reality check that comes with that sometimes.
And especially now with out west with elk. I remember there was issues. Remember on the corner points, accessing
the corner
crossings. What is it? Is there the point system? How hard is it? Do the outfitters get X amount of tags, bulls and cows? How does that all work? It'd be kind of interesting to get someone like that on. Maybe we can get him on and he can just tell us what the timeline is, because we always know December 10th here in Wisconsin is turkey and bear. And bear, December 10th.
Oh, we didn't even dive into the turkey numbers.
Right. And we can do that next week because those numbers came out. And it'd be great. I just like hearing things from around and let us know.
The pros.
Correct.
And as I did a little research with this Rolling Bones outfitter is tied in pretty tight with the bone collector guys. So Michael Waddell and T-Bone and some of those guys. So I'm sure he's got some stories, and I would love to have him on, because it's always better to have a pro on.
Someone that knows what they're talking about rather than us.
All right. Well, I know we got to wrap it up. I actually think that was pretty good just to get back into the swing of things here. Special guest today, Hattie B was here. She doesn't seem like she wants to say much, but she had to be a part of the excitement. Any closing words from you?
No, but as I just thought about my schedule coming up, maybe we can do next week's show on Thursday, because obviously I'll be traveling to Chicago Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So maybe next week we'll do a Thursday. If not, you can release it on Friday, but we can do that early and get some more. We can go over the turkey numbers, go over some more information. I think that'd be good.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I will, I'll clean this up. I'll get it posted, and I bet we've got a couple good clips in there, and we'll let you get off to the stadium, and have a good homestand this weekend, pal.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So
sounds good.
All right. Another episode. I will actually just cut in the front part of this with sponsors and some of that stuff, because we're up against the clock, but we'll let you get out of here, and we'll go from there. Find us anywhere you listen to podcasts: Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio app, and then Wisco Bow Hunting on all platforms, and pwags_1967. So, all right, that's it for this week. For Mr. Wagner, I'm Eric Tasker, and we will talk to you next week.